Icy Summer is now live for a bit over a week. So many of you tried it already, which is awesome. Right now I want to focus on Icy Summer 25, the end boss. A track so long and difficult I'd call it a Herculean task. Firstly, you cannot just go straight. The whole map is filled with engine off blocks.
This red block is an engine off block. And as the name suggests, when you cross this block, it shuts off your car's engine. The engine will stay off all the way until you cross the next checkpoint, where the engine will be turned back on. Very early on, players realized that this red block was not one they wanted to drive across, and they looked for ways they could skip it.
Thanks Virtual for the explanation. Let's jump into the first amazing run, which is actually by Nizor himself, the author time, a 4-minute and 57-second time. We started here by going backwards at the beginning because there's an engine off right ahead. You see a checkpoint to the left, but we're actually not going to the left, we're going straight. And this jump is super tough. Because you have icy tires, there is no way to brake mid-air. That's just how the game is programmed. With icy tires, you need to know the perfect speed for the jump beforehand. We see Nizor going backwards a bit on the track, avoiding this engine off and the booster, collecting this single checkpoint and then turn around and follow the normal track for a bit. We find the actual finishes, but we're not finished yet. We have left out many checkpoints, so going the safe route, we need to cross 4 slow-mo blocks, which actually stack. We're getting slower and slower. Luckily, they will wear off. Nizor here going to the left of the finish. Going through the finish would have actually been better. Let me know in the comments if you would have known why. This is something I just learned on this track, but we're gonna see that in the next run. For now, Nizor makes it and safely drops down to the next bit of the track. After following the track for a bit without any complications, we go through the intended cut to the left to reset the engine off, and then there's the hardest bit of this reroute found by Nizor, which is going through this engine off block all the way to the checkpoint over there. You can actually steer just slightly without engine, but you need to be careful to not oversteer, and you see Nizor here going down to 5 speed before getting the checkpoint. Amazing. Let's speed this last part up. It's pretty straightforward. We need to get a bit of speed for the jump, then follow the intended route for a bit, collect the last 2 checkpoints, turn around and drive over the frozen water into the ring finish. After letting everyone loose on the tracks, a new strat appeared pretty quickly as people found this at the start. An extra lucky bounce is needed to get your car through the checkpoint to get rid of the engine off effect. This alleviates the pain of getting to this checkpoint like Nizor did from the previous checkpoint, with this very slow, very precise bit over the engine off block. Many parts stayed the same, but of course there are a few differences, and one of them is an extremely difficult bounce onto a scenery block. I'm gonna skip ahead here to show you. So of course we first need to collect this checkpoint, but then how do we get back to the middle of the track? Let's watch. That is right, an incredibly lucky bounce from the checkpoint onto the scenery block and then down to the grass is needed to get back to the track. It is baffling to me that Captain Salmon and Banana Brot here actually made that first try. So many streamers have molded so hard on this. It's amazing. Okay, let's have a look at the finish of this run and then jump into the ultimate new strategy. Here you can see why going through the finish is better. Finishes actually reset slow-mo effects, even though it's not the actual finish. How amazing is that? A last drop down onto the frozen ice, and there we have it, a 4 minute and 7 by Captain Salmon, done in the first week.
Oh! I don't know how that worked, but it did. I'll take that. And then fuck off, game. You gotta be shitting me. Of course! What a surprise! What an amazing surprise! Never. Fuck this, man. I hate this trick so much.
Jumping to the actual current world record, we have a few more new improvements. First bounce here, look at that. Jumping from the lamp to the left, getting an immediate reset of the engine off. The camera is actually on Mika, but these new strats were found by Uvain Bolt, a true pioneer on this track. And he's not first right now, but he has said he's got one more trick up his sleeve. So even for the end record video, this track might still be interesting, but let's have a look at this new strat at first. This time is again way faster than the one before, and we'll see why just now. Third try, fourth try. We can actually jump through the left here, the U-Vein strat. And it's amazing. Even with 4 resets, it's way faster than going backwards and trying to jump onto the scenery. If someone does that first try, it's gonna be an incredibly satisfying run. I can't wait. Mika actually bonking here on the checkpoint, doing a 360 to counter that. Jumping a bit ahead, we are at the slow-mo part. Look at how Mika is doing this. It's so hard to judge the isolate. Holy moly, in the last second he gets it back onto the track, drops down here. Another shaky jump here, but actually worked out very well. Going up to the finish, and this is a 3 minute and 30 world record. Great. So these are the current standings. Mika in first with a 3:30, but I will watch with great interest what will happen in the next weeks to this tracks. Mika also first overall at the moment, but there is a lot of fighting going on still. Please like this video if you like the Icy campaigns or found this interesting, and if you really like it, you can donate it to Icy Fall already. The prize pool is already at 876 euros. Thank you very much. If you don't know anything about the Icy campaign, anyone has a chance to win, even if you just drive 1 bronze medal. Check the video on top to know more.